can't imagine our program without Go. It's just been a huge part of our culture. A lot of what we do is trying to build unity and team. A lot of the intangibles that coaches talk about but maybe don't know how to build. A trip like this, I feel, builds that in your program.
Got it! What a move with the left post! Put it up, it's blocked! Cats have it! They're the national champs! They're the national champs! They're the national champs! Unbelievable!
We want to make an impact, we want to transform lives, and so this trip pieces those two things together. We position our guys to experience their faith in a very real and practical way, in a culture and environment that ultimately we believe leads to transformation.
At our program, I am third is our philosophy, which stands for God first, others second, myself third. And we feel like partnering with Go in the way that we have has been unbelievable for our guys, just to see a different side of what it looks like to put God first and then serve others in front of yourself.
One thing that I love seeing about the coaches when they're down here is the work ethic. They're down here, they're sweating in the hole just like us. They're dead tired and they're still coaching. In the preseason when they're calling us to run extra or to work harder, or in games when they're calling us towards the end of the second half like, hey, you can press harder. They're not calling us to do that out of a place of superiority, but it's like, hey, I know you can work that hard because I've worked alongside you.
And we've seen God move in powerful ways through prayer. And really one part of that story was through Eddie, who leads the Go Ministries basketball ministry down here. And he was really struggling with some health, and some of our guys just felt this burden to pray for him that night. And we didn't even realize it, but that prayer was a big part of his testimony and a big part of his healing process.
Son unas personas especiales. Son un programa que es un ejemplo, no solo para su universidad, no solo para el estado de Indiana, son un ejemplo para el mundo, porque son de verdad personas que son dignos de tú decir, eso se llaman hijos de Dios.
Over the course of years, we've built this relationship where our guys want to invest in Eddie. They're asking, how's Eddie doing? How's his ministry going? And we see our guys stop focusing so much on themselves and start to think about other parts of the world and just have a passion to see how God's moving in different areas, and Eddie's a big part of that.
It's also been a great opportunity just to play down here too, because it's a totally different style of game down here. The speed, I think, is much faster. I mean, the rules are different, but it's still basketball. And so the guys are more physical, and so I think that prepares us very well for this season, just because the speed and I guess the physical play is different.
We're able to play a lot of games when we come down here. We play 3 to 4 games every trip we take. And along with just obviously the talent level that we're surrounded by here in the Dominican Republic, it's been great to experience different styles of play. Some are more physical than others. Some teams just possess so much more skill than we're used to seeing in our league and around the country. So the competition as a whole has been unbelievable for our players, for our staff to improve and really just get better as we move into the season.
These trips to the Dominican Republic are usually, when our players graduate, the most powerful thing that they experience. It more so than winning national championships, but at the end of the year, the players will look back to this, where they're working outside and they're in the heat and they're serving with their teammates. They'll look back and say this was a much more fulfilling and powerful experience than even a trip to Hawaii or winning a national championship.